MultiVersus may be gone right now, but we still got lots of information coming in from various sources like Tony's tweets, leaks, and all that stuff. And so today, I've got 7 brand new details about MultiVersus, including a really high potential possibility that Mordecai and Rigby from the regular show could be joining the MultiVersus roster in the future, and so stay tuned to the very end of the video where I talk about that. But let's go ahead and get into these 7 details. Or is it 6? I guess I'll find out. So in his first fact, Tony went to Twitter and said that progress in the upcoming open beta for MultiVersus will be permanent. And so someone else followed up the question with asking if any of the things that we did in the closed alpha was going to be permanent, and Tony simply said a couple of items on the battle pass were permanent awards. That's pretty cool to know that some of the things from the closed alpha will be carried over into the open beta. I wasn't really expecting anything to be carried over, to be honest, so that's good to know. In the second tweet, someone asked Tony if we were going to be able to purchase anything when the beta drops, and he said yes. We'll finally get to see what are some of the things we can actually buy with the in-game currency when the open beta drops. Another tweet, this is just a tweet from Jeff Keighley that Tony actually retweeted, because I did see some videos floating around that MultiVersus may possibly be shown at Summer Game Fest, but Jeff basically says in this tweet that as always, the games in this trailer are ones from earlier this year and down the road, not meant to hint at any specific reviews, just a celebration of this incredible medium. And so the fact that Tony retweeted this just simply tells me that there's not going to be any MultiVersus news coming in at Summer Games Fest, which is totally fine, to be honest, because open beta is going to be coming in July, so I kind of don't want to be overwhelmed with information anyway. I kind of want them to kind of take it a little bit easy and just focus on making changes from the closed alpha and bring it over to the open beta. We'll probably still get some like fun tweets here and there, some leaks and such, but that is a good confirmation that we won't hear anything from this month. In this fourth tweet, this is something that Tony has apparently said over and over again, but he continues to reiterate it because he still gets questions about it, so I thought it'd be a cool thing to just include over here. But perks can only be obtained by playing the game, which is fantastic news, because let me tell you, that would be a really cheap way to level up your character is if you were able to purchase perks, because this being a serious competitive game, that would be a really big disadvantage to it if you were able to actually purchase those things that could make or break a match. In this fifth tweet, someone was asking Tony if they figured out what the pricing of the things in the open beta was going to be, and he said not yet, we're still figuring out the details. Hopefully the pricing will be fair and nothing too ridiculous, but at the same time they'll probably have to do what they'll need to keep this game running. It doesn't look like anything gameplay wise will be impacted by the in-game purchases, so we can at least be comfortable with the fact that the gameplay wise this game will be just fine. At number 6, this was a leak that came out that I found to be really interesting, but it talks about a potential battle pass link system. From what I can tell, this basically means that you and a friend can kind of like join onto the same battle pass together, and both of your progression points can add up together into unlocking things, which is a really cool feature, because that's kind of the whole MultiVersus thing going on here, is that you teaming up with someone to fight opponents and such, that, you know, a battle pass link just kind of seems like a natural thing to kind of encourage that teamwork play here, because MultiVersus is definitely heavily leaning into the teamwork aspect of it, and this just seems like another way to really encourage that. Some of the details that you can see over here in this leaked screenshot is both players will contribute to the same battle pass, and the battle pass of the player with the least progress will match the others. If one player has a premium battle pass, both players will share progress in the battle pass. Quest rewards and XP for both players are still rewarded, and so it looks like they're going to keep it fair at the same time so that you don't level up too quickly, but still this seems like a really great feature. We also have a second screenshot over here that basically shows us a search engine of some sorts in the game that helps you to find a battle pass partner if you don't actually have a friend that you want to share a battle pass with, and so that's really cool as well. It kind of gets everyone into the vibe of this teamwork thing that MultiVersus is really going for. And this last tweet is something that really heavily hints at regular show representation coming in here, but this person said to Tony, I just want to mention that Muscle Man High Fives from regular show is certainly something I'd love to see in MultiVersus eventually, or even just Mordecai and Rigby. Just an intriguing thought in my mind. I've seen a lot of fans wanting regular show characters, and Tony responded to this by saying the regular show is high up on my want list as well, so we'll see, lots of factors involved. Now the reason that I think this tweet is very significant compared to like any other tweets that we've seen from Tony about characters that people want in this game, that Tony actually expressed interest in himself, that he wants to see regular show characters in this game. If you looked at tweets from Tony where he responds to people asking about certain characters being in the game, he usually say that like, can't confirm anything yet, but we'll look into it, or something like that, or something like, if we can then we'll do it. But this is one of the only times that Tony has actually expressed a little bit of interest in himself of putting characters in the game, and so the fact that he says that regular show is high up on his list kind of means to me that the work will at least be be put in to get regular show into this game, which would be really cool because I think Mordecai and Rigby, they're just such iconic Cartoon Network characters. I mean, you have Steven and Garnet from Steven's Universe, and you have Finn and Jake from Adventure Time. I feel like regular show is up there with those two shows, definitely, if not better, because regular show is just such a classic show, and it really surprised me to not see Mordecai and Rigby here along those characters. So hopefully that's someone that they'll get in the future, but I don't know, maybe there's some kind of rights issue for some reason, or some kind of other like legal jumbo that's preventing them from being in the game, which would be really disappointing if that was the case, because Mordecai and Rigby are just such iconic characters of modern Cartoon Network. I would just love to see them participate in this game as well, especially since regular show is very much based in video games. I mean, that's such a huge part of the show, is just the love for video games. It would just seem like a crime not to have the regular show in here when you have those other two Cartoon Network shows from modern times represented here. Let me know what you think Mordecai and Rigby would be like as a character in MultiVersus. Do you think they'd be separate characters, or you think they'd be working together? I kind of think they'd be working together. Like, it just feels kind of weird not to have them working together. I feel like Mordecai and Rigby are more so characters that would have to be paired up as one character. I just don't see them as separate. It just doesn't feel right to me, especially because I think you could get away with like Mordecai having some interesting movesets, but I feel like Rigby would be a little bit more difficult to make as a separate character just because of like the size proportions and such. I think it'd be hard to make him like a really like viable character. That's just my personal opinion. Let me know if you disagree in the comment section below, but I feel like Mordecai and Rigby as a duo character would be absolutely amazing. So I would just love to see their attacks have a bunch of like video game references thrown in there, since they're such big avid video game fans. It'd be really cool, and I can't wait to see what comes of this in the future, because definitely looks like they're gonna at least try to get the regular show representation in this game, which is absolutely amazing. I've been wanting that since day one. So let me know what details you're most excited about in the comment section below, and let me know what you want to see in MultiVersus in the future. What are the characters you want to see? What are the tracks do you want to see? What kind of videos you want to see about MultiVersus on this channel? I'd be really curious to hear your thoughts, because this is a game that I'm pretty much complete dedicated to covering now. So definitely let me know what kind of content you want to see, and I'll try my best to accommodate everyone's requests. Can't wait for the game to come back, because I miss it so much. I just want to play it. It's such a good game. So hopefully the wait is very, very short and we do get to play the game really soon. But alright, y'all, thank you so much. Special shout out to my patrons, Team Rival Sonic Gamer, Trash Q, and Quality 4. Thank you all so much for your support. I really appreciate it. And yeah, this is Riders, riding out. Bye.